Hi internet! Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gamkhelo Binchadi and it's so lovely to have you here. So the last video I did about perfume longevity sparked a spin-off idea. So I decided, let me do a video on skin chemistry, because a lot of the time when you start looking into perfumery, the smell, the longevity, the skin chemistry comes up quite a lot. People are debating, is it a thing, is it not? So I thought, let me dig into it. I think it's exciting. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. So firstly, when we talk about skin chemistry, we are talking about how your skin, the molecules or compounds of your skin interacts with external substances, I guess in this case perfume, and then that affects the way that external substance or perfume acts and how long it lasts. Well, how acts as in how it smells and how long it lasts on your skin. So that's skin chemistry. So I'm just going to touch on some of the factors that affect the performance of your perfume on your skin. I'm not going to assume it's a comprehensive list. I'm not going to assume it's the most scientific list, but I try my best. And like with everything else, I just pick out what I can remember and go with that. So the first factor is your pH levels and acidity levels. So essentially, normal skin or average skin falls within the slightly acidic range. So this helps with balancing out your oils, which I guess is not a thing for me, but it also keeps the skin ecosystem in check. So there's this slightly acidic is the healthy skin range. So when your skin lies on the more acidic or the more alkaline range of the spectrum, it affects how different notes from the perfume interact or act. So if your skin is a bit more acidic, you might find that citrusy type of fragrances are even brighter or more pronounced because of your natural acidity. You might find that some lactonic or milky type of fragrances become a bit more sour. Just think of putting lemon juice in milk. Yeah, so those are some of the things. And then if it's more on the alkaline side, so opposite end of acidic, some of the notes might be a bit dialed down. You might find that the base notes are a bit more pronounced and your fragrance might wear a bit more sweeter on you than on someone else who's a bit more acidic. Then we have the skin type. So if your skin is oily, it tends to hold onto the fragrance oils or the fragrance a bit better. So the fragrance molecules are binding to the oils in your skin and they last a bit longer and can get released into the air at a proper rate or in a proper way. Whereas when your skin is dry and dehydrated, it drinks up all the oil and the fragrance, so there's not much of it left to be dispersed into the air. So this is why moisturizing is very important, just to help give something to bind onto for the fragrance to cling onto. And then we have your body temperature. So this is something I've also touched on in my perfume longevity video. So if you run slightly hot, which I think I do, you tend to burn fragrance a bit more quicker. So I don't know about boiling points and all of that, so I'm not even gonna get there. But from what I understand, the hotter you are, the more you are causing the fragrance to evaporate, which on the plus side means you are creating a beautiful projection or scent bubble, because you have a lot of the molecules that are just up in the air and are discernible, so you get that nice scent bubble. But it could also mean that you are burning up your fragrance too quickly, so it disappears a bit more quicker. On the other side, if you run a bit cooler, it means your fragrance could stick around for a longer period of time because you're not burning through it that much. But it does affect projection. Well, it could affect projection because you don't have a lot of the molecules up in the air, and it means your fragrance will stick a bit closer to the skin, so it becomes a bit more intimate. And then an interesting one is your skin microbiome. microbiome. So that's essentially the ecosystem of your skin. Just like with your gut, you have good bacteria, which is helpful and beneficial for skin health. So the good bacteria does interact with your skin fragrance and does affect how it smells. It's not just the bad bacteria that interacts with the fragrance. So because of that ecosystem, you could end up smelling a bit sweeter or a bit more dirty, especially if it's interacting with like some earthy type of notes. So those could be more pronounced. You could end up smelling a bit sour. So that's something to be considerate of. The cool thing that I did find out is that some of these fragrance houses are investigating ways of adding active ingredients into cosmetic products. Things like prebiotics and probiotics to basically help or add to skin health. I think that's very cool. I know Givaudan is one of the houses that have like a research team dedicated to this, to finding that active ingredient or that cocktail of active ingredients that could be potentially useful. And then another thing that helps, so I'm going to batch the next ones together. So we have diet. So what you eat literally interacts with your fragrance. A lot of the time it's through what is produced when the foods that you eat is digested. With your garlics and your onions and some of your cruciferous vegetables, they produce a certain compound that is excreted through your skin, and that then interacts with your fragrance and changes the profile of your fragrance. And then there are some foods like your citruses, your yogurts and green teas that actually improve your body odor. How they do this a lot of the time is they neutralize the toxins and the sulfuric compounds that are excreted or produced by some foods. So when that is neutralized, it creates a better canvas, I guess. And then we have hormonal fluctuations. So your hormones will affect how you produce oils. It affects your body temperature, the moisture in your skin, and that affects how your fragrance performs, basically through everything I said above. And then lastly, we have the medication that you're taking and what the medication is for, I guess. So just like with your hormones, your medication has effects on your body, and then those effects in turn create some sort of interaction with your perfume. Essentially, what all this means is that your skin chemistry determines whether some notes are enhanced or dulled down. So your skin might latch onto certain notes and make them more pronounced, and therefore we smell more of that on you than on someone else. On the other hand, like with me, your skin might mute some notes. I typically don't get a lot of the cooler type of notes from fragrances. Another thing that could happen is because of everything that's happening on your skin, you could create a new scent that is unique to you. So something that is not necessarily in the perfume, but because of how it interacts with your skin, it just brings about something new, something unique. And then lastly, all of that affects the longevity and the sillage that is created through your specific skin chemistry. Things to keep in mind is that perfumers are scientists, and when they are formulating their blends, they think about these things. So they know that skin chemistry could be a factor. And these are the things that are tested for how does a perfume perform on different types of skin conditions. But also, and more importantly, it explains why a signature scent is so unique. As much as you might smell something on someone and completely love it on them, just be aware that it might be a completely different thing on you. Or it might smell a bit different. Let me not say completely different, but there might be nuances to it. So I had a sniff of Goldfield and Bangs on a friend, and it was this beautiful, it had this beautiful cooling effect. On me, not so much. Just be mindful of something that you particularly like on someone, a specific effect or a specific smell on someone else might be because of their unique skin chemistry. And then in terms of just longevity tips and discussions, I do have a video that I did on this. I'll just link it up for you if you are interested in that. So I know all of this is a lot to remember. I tried to dial it down. I tried to like summarize it for myself, most importantly, because it does tend to get a bit too scientific for me. But I think the important thing to remember is that try out perfumes on your skin. Like, yes, we go to shops and they give us the strips, but if you really are interested in a fragrance, try it out on your skin, see how it performs on your skin. And I think for me, if I don't like how it does on my skin, I will try it out on my clothes as well. So normally that's what I do. I'll spray it on my skin, and I know a lot of the time things disappear on my skin. I'll put it on my clothes as well, just to get a comparison of the two, so that I know that, okay, if it does well on my clothes, I can still wear it. If none of them, then maybe it's not the one for you, and that's okay. With that said, I've reached the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. But I would also like to hear from you. Is there a perfume that you bought because you smelled on someone else and then you put it on yourself and it was not that great, or it did not perform just as well? Let me know your experiences. Let's have chats about that.